So this is another game played at the Robbinsdale Chess Club in Minnesota. Paul Hendrickson is white, and me, David Coffin, is black. And Paul opens with the King's Pawn game. I decided to go into a Roy Lopez type opening. But then Paul brings out his bishop here early. I know that there's some funky attacks, quick attacks from this variation, but I decided to go with a more traditional variant here, with the bishop out to c5. And play continues. Here I'm planning to fianchetto my bishop, and Paul offers up an exchange. I accept. Fianchetto the bishop. Now I have an aggressive idea here with the pawn to f5. I still believe that he could just bring that knight to g5 and then attack with the bishop and cause some havoc, or bring the knight in and fork the queen and the rook. But play continues more slowly with the exchange here on f5. I just wanted to be active, so I went forward with my knight. I'm not sure it's exactly the best option, but he can't really push me out with his pawn, and if he takes with his knight, I got a nice check. So he castles queenside, and then I don't really like my knight on the edge there, so I take with it. Advance my queen here. This might be a little bit premature, but I like opening up the nice defensive fianchettoed bishop for castling. And he takes an active role. I defend with the castle. Now he's planning an attack on f7, or g7 rather. I try and take an active role, threatening a fork on f3. He defends. I get a nice little check in here, and also defending f7, g7. The exchange. Pushes bishop here. Now I defend by pushing my pawn. Now he pushes my knight back, and we exchange. The position's pretty much even here still. I got a couple of nasty doubled pawns in the center, but it doesn't really look that bad. Now here's where I make a mistake. I think on second thought, after looking at this, I think the best move here would have been a quiet, just moving my queen up to h5. It defends the pawn on the e file, And it also is attacking that pawn on f3. Another possibility is a move here to f4, and that would offer up the exchange of queens and would lead into a pretty even endgame, probably a draw. But what I do here is I go for the aggressive queen to e3. You know, it's still, I'm not sure what the chess engines think of this move, but it seems like a reasonable move. It gets my queen in there. He takes. Now here I think, yeah, I make another slow move here. I think better might have been attacking with my rook here. I haven't really calculated that one out, but so play goes on with the check that I didn't even see, and I move my king. He moves his queen for another check, and here's another error that I made. I block with my rook. Now I should have seen that he can win my rook here, but that pretty much seals the deal for this game. I go for, you know, a fairly aggressive attack here, but with a string of checks, there's not much I can do. And after taking, I'm threatening to mate in one, but he has a couple of options to defend and decides to move his queen to the d file. So play continues with the exchange of queens and the queening of a pawn, and it didn't go exactly like this in the end game, but something like this, and Paul won this one.